Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches to share with you from a collaboration between LynB Designs and Geekish glitter. This will be available June 29th through July 6th for $40, and it's only going to be available, I believe, on the LynB site. And in the description box below I will link both their sites and both their Instagram pages, and then I'll link my Instagram page where you can see more swatches of everything from this collab. And I'm also going to be sharing the LynB Designs Polish of the Month since it releases the same day on the same site. So I have 5 polishes to share with you today, and let's go ahead and get started. So starting with Geekish glitter, up first we have She Seems More Intense, and this is described as a mustard yellow jelly base with black micro glitter. So here is our first coat of She Seems More Intense. This covers really nicely and really evenly here on this first coat. I am going to go ahead and go in for a second coat though. This also has a really good formula, no running or pooling. I didn't have any nail staining with this one, but yellows do tend to stain my skin when I'm taking them off, so I did have just the slightest bit there. So this is completely opaque in 2 coats for me. You do get a ton of black glitter out. This one dries a little bit textured, not like super bad where you're going to need 2 coats of top coat and it's going to be a little difficult to remove. So there is 2 coats. The other Geekish glitter shade we have is called Walks Through Walls and Stuff, and this is described as a light gray base with red shimmer and a dark red micro glitter. So here is our first coat of Walks Through Walls and Stuff. This one is a little bit sheer here on this first coat. It is going to have to be built up. I do feel like with these polishes that have the stronger shimmer, they tend to be on the sheerer side, as you will want to build that shimmer up to make it kind of give that glow from within look. So this is pretty much opaque in 2 coats. I am going to go ahead and go in for a third coat because I did want a little bit more glitter. You don't get a ton out as much as you did on the last polish, but you do get an okay amount. This one also dries pretty textured and to a satiny finish, so you will want a nice glossy top coat to kind of help bring everything together. So here is 3 coats, and it does cover completely in 3. And it's not going to be super duper difficult to remove because there's not a ton of micro glitter in there, but they are going to kind of want to stick to your nails, so just bear that in mind. So there is 3 coats. Moving on to LynB Designs, we have We Were Just Tiny, and this is described as a pale peachy base with an intense gold shimmer and purple to red to blue to gold ultra chrome chameleon shifting flakies. Here is our first coat of We Were Just Tiny. This is a little bit sheer here on this first coat, but it does have a really good formula, no running, pulling, staining, anything like that. You get a good amount of flakies out. You don't get a ton, but it is a really nice amount and it makes it look like a nice, beautiful speckled manicure. So here is our second coat, and for me this did cover completely in 2 coats, and I could see though where you would want a third coat. This one does dry to a satiny finish, so you will want a nice glossy top coat, but nothing in here is going to dry textured. It's going to lie very smooth, and nothing in here is going to be difficult to remove either. So there is 2 coats. And then we have It Just Sort of Happened, and this is described as a green to teal thermal base filled with hollow micro flakies and intense red to violet to blue shifting shimmer. So here is our first coat of It Just Sort of Happened. This one covers pretty well here on this first coat. I can just make out my nail line a little bit, so I am going to go in for a second coat. This one does have a really good formula as well. It's not too thick, not too thin, no running, pulling, staining, anything like that. You do get a lot of glittery goodness out without having to do anything crazy to the bottle. So here is our second coat, and this does cover completely in 2 coats for me. And when I was swatching this, I actually had no idea it was a thermal, so I can't speak to what it looks like when it's in its warm state. I'm sorry about that, the worst swatcher in the world. This one does dry again to a satiny matte finish, so you will want a nice glossy top coat, but nothing in here should be difficult to remove either. So there is 2 coats. And then since it releases the same day, I figured I would go ahead and share LynB Designs Polish of the Month, and this is called Ruby, You're a Star. This does release the same day. This is described as a deep red-pink base loaded with intense red shimmer and flakies with a touch of hollow shimmer. So here's our first coat of Ruby Your Star. This one also has a really good formula on it, no running or pulling or staining. I just didn't get enough on my brush here. But this one is very easy to use, easy to work with, zero complaints here. It is just a little bit sheer here on this first coat, so I am going to go ahead and build it up with a second coat, but I don't think you would need any more than 2. So here is our second coat, and this one does cover completely in 2 coats for me. This one's also going to dry a little bit textured, so you will want a nice glossy top coat to finish it off, maybe 2 coats of top coat depending on how thick your top coat is. And it is going to be a little bit difficult to remove, so if you think about it ahead of time, I would recommend a peel-off base coat for this one or pure acetone for removal. So there is 2 coats. So my favorites from each brand, She Seems More Intense from Geekish Glitter. I'm all about a yellow. I love the black glitter, it's beautiful in its own. And then We Were Just Tiny from LynB Designs. Once again, I love flakies. Peach is a total summer shade for me. So I really, really like both of these. And that is it. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of these polishes. Let me know if you plan on picking it up and let me know what your favorite was. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more from me. And I will talk to you again next time.